What's up everyone, it's your boy, and if you have been following any news about World of Warcraft lately, you will know that there have been many 10.0 leaks. They're all over the place, and this is what usually happens when an expansion is in that midpoint in its life cycle where it's before the actual next expansion gets announced. So, sometimes these leaks are right, many times they're wrong. This channel started by exploring an old leak for an expansion like 10 years ago, I can't even remember now. But the main thing is that many of these leaks are usually not true, and one of them sometimes in a blue moon is. Well, today we'll be making an Ultimate 10.0 leak. So this will be basically what I think will be happening in the next expansion. There are some things that are pretty much confirmed by now, there are some things that are not confirmed, so we will just speculate. So the first thing is it's gonna be the Dragon Isles. The Dragon Isles have been hinted at since patch 8.2 with the whole Rathian thing and him being in the Dragon Isles. Also in the book Exploring Azeroth Kalimdor, the Dragon Isles are kinda hinted at, where Rexxar hints to Zekkan about a place where all the dragonflights live. And of course, with a name like that, of course the continent is gonna be Dragon Isles as well. Now, Dragon Isles were originally gonna be in Vanilla World of Warcraft as a level 70 raid. This never happened. However, now the level cap will be raised to level 70, so we will go to Dragon Isles at 70, finally, after almost 2 whole decades. So, there'll be a few zones here and there. I'm not really gonna talk about it because I can't really know what they're gonna be. However, I think that we will have some new system. Maybe you think this is a bad idea, but Blizzard, as we know, likes its systems, its mission tables, etc. Now I think that Blizzard will learn from the negative backlash that the Covenants got, and they will not make these systems so essential to gameplay, but more like cosmetic, so maybe different missions, different gear, etc. We'll see. But I think this new clan, class hall system, covenant system, I think the new system will be called the Dragonflights, where you will swear allegiance to one of the 5 Dragonflights. This would be just a natural extension to what garrisons used to be, and Blizzard seems intent on keeping this system in the game, so I imagine they will just do that. Now, I don't know if we will be getting some new classes. If we are, it's gonna be Tinkers. I don't know what else they could do. Everyone wants the Tinkers. We wanted Tinkers for over a decade now, and we need the Tinkers. But other than that, I don't know if we will be getting new races. However, I do think that we will get new allied races. These allied races will be Lightborn Undead for the Alliance and Dark Ranger Night Elves for the Horde. Why do I think this? Well, usually the way allied races work is that they give a skeleton of a race from the opposing faction. So for example, you got the Void Elves who have the skeletons of Blood Elves. And I think the Lightborn Undead will of course use the Forsaken skeletons, and Dark Ranger Night Elves will use the Night Elf skeletons, and they will be in different factions. Now, there are lore implications to why this should happen. The Lightborn Undead have been hinted at ever since the book Before the Storm, where Kalia Menethil was basically raised as an undead, but not really, but still dead, but an undead, but she has some light in her, so some players have gotten to calling her Lightborn Forsaken. And it's very possible that she will be joining the Alliance, as it's Kalia Menethil, and she's close with the Alliance. And about the Night Elf Dark Rangers, well, I think they will just decide to join the Horde with their guilt of burning the tree down. We can all remember the tree, of course. The next big thing that I think will be added in 10.0 is cross-faction gameplay. Now, Eon has hinted at that this will happen soon, maybe like next... I assume it will be the next expansion, I don't know when else. How much they're gonna delay it. But I think this will be essential. I think the separating players by factions is kinda pointless. I don't know how far this will go, if it will be just like raids and dungeons and stuff. But honestly, I'd like that there was like total peace between Horde and Alliance, and we get to go, like, if I play a human paladin, I can go to Orgrimmar and chill there because I like Orgrimmar, but I also like playing a human paladin. So I think there will be some form of cross-faction play. How much it will be in depth, that we still don't know. Another big thing, I think we will get a remaster of old continents. Now, I'm sure that we will get a remaster of Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor. Now, if we will be getting, some leak mentioned that we will be getting a remaster of Outland and Northrend at a later patch. I don't know how much this could be true. I would love it if it's true. I would love it if I could see, imagine seeing Outland with the modern graphics and technology. I mean, you can say what you want about World of Warcraft, but every zone in WoW looks amazing. Top notch. So I think we'll be getting remasters of old continents, maybe just visual, maybe even new stories. That could happen, and that will make sense why I think in a second. And that's because I think that in the story perspective, we will get a bit of a time skip, maybe 10 years, maybe more. But we know that time is like a concept that's made by the beings of order, so like the Titans. And death does not play by those rules, and we have been told multiple times, even back in Wrath of the Lich King, that with that whole quest line to get your mount as a Death Knight in the Death Knight starting zone, that the time in the Shadowlands moves differently than the time in the mortal realm, so or in the reality plane. So of course, I think there will be some like a skip, because also Blizzard did say that like Shadowlands is the end of the current chapter of of the Warcraft saga. Now what that means, that can be many things, they haven't specified, but I personally think that Shadowlands represents the end to the stories set up since Warcraft 3. If you think about it, every expansion has been kind of an extension of what was going on in Warcraft 3, and I think they're finally gonna end it. They're gonna tie up the story as best as they can, very nicely, and it will be over, and we will move on to what will be Warcraft's fourth saga. And I think this saga will start about 10 years after the end of Shadowlands. The big thing that will be like the background to his whole thing is that between the like while we were in the Shadowlands, I think there was a huge war against the Scourge. There have been hints to the Scourge returning. If you play Kyrian, one of the initial chapters sees you go to Red Ridge Mountains, which just gets wrecked by the Scourge. Like they probably killed the whole town. I mean, if you go there and you will see that there is this dead guy that you have to take to the Shadowlands, and if you go in the spirit form to the town, the only person is missing is him. So it's possible that only he died and the rest of the place survived, or maybe just Blizzard didn't want to remove all the NPCs. But whatever the case, the Scourge is attacking actively, and Lakeshire is not that far from Stormwind. So who knows how far the Scourge got? Like they are taking stuff over. It's insane because there's no one to control them. Volvar is in the Shadowlands. The Helm of Domination is shattered. So they're just going crazy. But here's where their savior comes in, and their savior might not be who you think it is. I think the savior is the Scarlet Crusade. Why do I think it's the Scarlet Crusade? Well, Scarlet Crusade has been popping up all over the place ever since their defeat. There have been some propaganda pamphlets, I think during or before BFA, I can't remember for sure, but and there is also that Scarlet Crusade vendor in Darkmoon, so the Scarlet Crusade is still active, maybe not as active as they used to be, but I think they will make a comeback, and considering all the big heroes like us, like our player characters, are in the Shadowlands, I think that the Scarlet Crusade will be the ones who will help the people protect themselves from the Scourge, and as such will get more popular and more people will join the Scarlet Crusade. Now, Eastern Kingdoms is mostly populated by the humans in many regions, so I think that the Scarlet Crusade will still keep being as racist as they are, and they will only accept humans into their ranks, and this will present some problems for the Alliance, maybe for the Horde, but more so for the Alliance, as the Alliance is in the Eastern Kingdoms. It might present some problems to the Blood Elves. Lord Thamar is still in Eastern Kingdoms, he hadn't gone to the Shadowlands as we are, but I think that this will be the big thing that is going on while we are in the Shadowlands, the war against the Scourge, and then the war against the Scarlet Crusade. Turalian and Gen will probably have some sort of dual leadership where Turalian and probably Gen would want to take over more territories of the old alliance. I say this because if you go now into the live game and go to like the Stormwind throne room and you talk to Turalian, he will tell you that he thinks that he wonders that there are more territories that the Alliance could take over that it lost during the years since he has been gone. Now I think that they will take over Lordaeron. I think the humans are getting Lordaeron back with the whole Lightborn undead thing. It's apparent that the undead were very not happy with Sylvanas. If you read the Before the Storm book, and in the book she even kills her own people, it's crazy. So I think that they will just join the alliance again, if the alliance will take them. But I think they will. Like, there is some sympathy for and especially with Kalia. Though it's important to note that Kalia is in Shadowlands, so I don't know. Maybe she will go back from Shadowlands and help assimilate the people into the alliance. Now, of course, I think the Lordaeron will be the big new town that the alliance gets. So this leaves the question: what will the Horde get? Well, I theorize that the Horde will get Undermine. Yes, Undermine. So if you don't know what Undermine is, it's actually under Kazan, the Isles in the Maelstrom, and it's a big goblin capital city. I think that this Undermine city could appear in the Dragon Isles expansion simply because the Dragon Isles and Undermine were both planned for vanilla. And so far, I think these are the only two zones that were planned for vanilla that actually are mentioned in the story that hadn't appeared yet. So it's possible that the Horde will get Undermine, as goblins may have borrowed them money to rebuild after the Fourth War. So maybe they have to have like an embassy in the Undermine, and this is what makes Horde have a city, a new city. So I think there will be these two new cities. Now, as far as the end of the Shadowlands, what I think will happen is we will see Arthas. I think we will see Arthas. They have been talking about Arthas a lot lately. I think the ending to the Shadowlands, like after the raid, I think that there will be some sort of where you find Arthas in the Maw. I don't know, like when you save all the souls from the Maw, and Uther will be like, oh my god, I killed my student, I gotta get him back. And he will go and save Arthas, but Arthas is not yet ready for something such as Bastion, so he will be sent to Revendreth, where he will atone for his pride maybe, or whatever they decide, and he will be there in Revendreth for a long, long time, until he finally after the penance in Revendreth, the souls are decided whether they will become Wensir, go to the Maw, or have the Arbiter pick another afterlife for them. So I think that they will be sending Arthas to Bastion after it. And I also think this because, okay, so now it's a big spoiler, big spoiler. The next Arbiter is confirmed to be, spoiler, the next Arbiter is confirmed to be Pelagos. And Pelagos has talked to Uther about Arthas, and I think there are some seeds there for what will come next. And I think Pelagos will basically decide that Arthas should go to Revendreth and then later go to Bastion. As for Sylvanas, I think it's pretty apparent that she will be the next Lich Queen, as there are like two parts of her. One is guilty, one is not really, so they will not outright kill her, they will keep her alive, but she will be the Lich Queen. Now, what will happen in the raid itself, I'm not entirely sure. It's a big mystery, like the jailer isn't even gonna be on the PTR, so we really can't say. It's obvious that it will be some stuff with the jailer tearing Azeroth apart, because you can clearly see Azerite behind him in that patch preview. So it will be interesting to see what will happen there. For now, that's all I got, really. This is like my leak, big leak, oh my god. Yeah, you really can't trust the leaks all the time, but you can take them with a grain of salt, as some of them are interesting, and it's fun to be hyped for stuff if you're not too hyped. So yeah, just take everything with a grain of salt, and we will wait for Blizzard to finally announce the thing. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.